Hello, I'm Ezekiel, and I like to start this mini demonstration off with a quote from Winston Churchill. We shape our buildings, thereafter they shape us. I feel like it's very prominent in a lot of things that we see today. I mean, obviously, you can look to the architectural view of it, and a lot of foreign countries that are kept clean and net picky, it's because they are surrounded by such beautiful buildings. For example, Tokyo. Another example would be Berlin in Germany. You keep these buildings that are such at high priority clean, and everything around it will accumulate and be clean as well. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to put a skateboard together. It's not really relevant in certain aspects of today. However, I feel like when considering pop culture and where we are as a generation, skateboarding has definitely influenced a lot of things. That mean in terms of music, design, fashion, and entertainment especially. It can keep going on and on. So yeah, we're gonna be going over the deck itself, the trucks, and then the wheels. And with that, I'll give y'all a slight diagram of the board. So you have your deck here, you have your trucks, your wheels, and that's about it. A lot of people might think a skateboard is just a piece of wood with wheels on it, but unfortunately it's a lot more complex than that. I put a skateboard together a few times, so I have a pretty good way around it. So at first you're given a deck, and it's usually not coated with anything. It's going to be a deck with a graphic on the underneath, and then you have a piece of grip tape, and usually the grip tape will, all the time, it has an adhesive on the back that is covered with a piece of parchment paper, mainly. And with that, it's not really too hard to put the grip tape on. It's more about the ratio of grip tape to the board. So I like to do some measuring before. After I found the measuring that I like, if I want to put design or something in it, I do that, and then I put the grip tape on. That really just consists of me taking the adhesive strip off, putting the grip tape on the board, and then getting a razor blade that's finely sharp and just making my way around the board. And with that, the deck is done. You have a deck. That's really nice, right? And then you'll start to get to the trucks and the wheels. So the trucks are one of the most crucial and important parts of the skateboard. That's going to give you the mobility to make tight turns, and it's going to also allow you to do tricks like doing grinds, for example, right? So with the trucks, they usually come all put together. You have the kingpin at the very top, right? And that's just to make sure that the trucks are either at the adjustment you'd like them to. So like, let's say you like to drive a little bit stiff, you tighten it up. You like to drive a little loose, you'd loosen it. Therefore, it's the main part of the truck, but that comes in contact with the truck itself. So whenever you're putting the trucks in, how I like to do it is, since the grip tape is a flat piece, I don't make holes previously because I think it looks a bit odd. So I put the screws on top, or from the underneath of the board, and grab my truck and bash it in. It's kind of funny, but it does the job. After that, I take the trucks out and put them irreversible to where they're facing downwards, and then I put the trucks in, tying them up with a skate tool, which is essentially I think it's a 6mm wrench. I'm not sure, it could be a bit smaller, but tighten that up with that, and then your trucks are in, and they should be good. You can do a little shake test. That's what I usually do. And then from there, you're going to focus on your wheels and bearings. Your wheels are upon your size preference. I usually skate pretty big wheels just because it makes it easier to go over cracks and whatnot. Anywho, with the wheels, they come by themselves. However, the mechanism on the inside that makes them skate is the bearing itself. And if y'all don't know anything about a bearing, it's a mechanism that essentially is a cylinder with a hole in the middle and metal balls around it that keep the wheels spinning at a consistent and fast pace. Yeah, once you do that, you get the wheels, put the bearings in. I usually just bash them in with a hammer again, and a lot of bashing in. I promise you it won't ruin the skateboard. And then I put the wheels on the trucks, and then there's another bolt. I think it's the same size as a 6mm nut. I could be wrong. However, you tighten those bolts in, and from then on, you have a complete skateboard, and you can do however and whatever you like with it. I think skateboarding is honestly one of the biggest things in my life. I've skateboarded since I was a sophomore in high school. I really enjoy it. It's a form of meditation for me. It's shown me a lot of life lessons. I mean, as Lil Wayne said, life is a lot like skateboarding, and it really is. You have the falling down, getting up, just pushing through every obstacle you come in through. But with that, I want to end it off with a quote from Tony Hawk, the GOAT of skateboarding himself, and how he said it, and I like the way he uses the words he does. Is, I feel like skateboarding is a lifestyle and an art form so much it feels that it transcends in terms of music, fashion, and design. I agree with that completely. You get a lot of things from skateboarding, and one of those is the influence you have on pop culture.